All right, so being in that situation is tough. I drew a line here to show you guys resistance. Also, I've actually increased the font size so people who are hard at seeing what's going on. I made zoomed it in a lot more so people can understand how I'm playing this. So I paused the video, so give me 1 second. So you can see the time and sales better. You can see the bid, and you can see the ask right here. Um, so in this situation, you don't want to be in this channel here. You want to take your money, see what happens, see if we go higher, see if we go lower. Now I'm gonna play the video now and let the time and sales run, and we're gonna see how this trade plays out. So far we're gonna retest that high again. It's rare that you get a triple top. Okay, you're looking at the volume down here. You're trying to see what's gonna happen here. Um, you know, if I should get back in or not. You know, you're gonna see if this is gonna break this channel here, and if we're gonna go higher. So far, no, we're just waiting and seeing what's happening. We're looking at the level 2 here on the sell side, right here. While I'm going up and down on, we're trying to see if there's any wall of sellers, if it's gonna break or not. And so far, nothing's happening. We're just consolidating, right? We're waiting. Looking at the time and sales mostly too. We're seeing, okay, the transactions going through. You're looking on the right side of the size. Looking at how big of these sizes are coming through and what numbers are they coming through. All right, so we're bouncing on 329. We're getting orders coming in on 329. What's happening here? You know, the bid ask right now is pretty wide here. You have a seller here at 268. You know, well, on the simulation you got to avoid these in the simulation they have these two numbers here on the ask. Ignore those. The real price actions right here at 328. You can see 328. There's sellers here, and you'll see in 328 it's a really tight bid-ask spread right here. But ignore these two top ones. There's an error on the simulation, but you can see we're in the tight channel right now. I don't want to be in this indecision, so I'm waiting to see what happens. So I'm watching. I'm watching the level 2 here, down here, and I'm watching the time and sales right here on the upper right side. I'm trying to see what's going to happen, if we're going to break higher or not. I'm watching. I'm waiting. All right, let's oh, look, hold on. We're all right right there. Look, we're about to break that low. See? I'm glad I wasn't in, because we're starting to hit lower. We're starting to test that. So we're testing the lows. Guess what? I'm looking at the buy side right now. I'm trying to see if they're doing their job. Are they doing their job right now? Is there stacking action? 324. You know, they usually, when you start seeing you'll usually see for a brief second, you'll see 320 on this level 2, and immediately it'll go away. When you see the 320 go away, that's telling you, hey, that automatically got rejected. That was a good time to dip buy right there if you were trying to be a quick dip buyer and make a profit. But so far we're in that channel right now. It double tapped right here. So we have one tap here. That was a retest. We had another tap here that was bullish because it immediately got rejected. First it got rejected and it stood there. Okay. Now the second attempt, it immediately got rejected. So that's bullish. So that makes the bullish folks more confident. So the price can head higher here. But look at here. We're retesting the mid-level here. And still, it's just being eaten up by wall sellers. It's eating up the momentum here to try to retest this high. So knowing that, all right, you don't know what's going to happen here. It's a battle between the bulls and the bears right now. You know? So we're watching the buy side, we're watching the sell side. We're trying to see, all right, who's going to win? Who's going to win in this scenario? All right? Oh, look, now we're pushing up. We're starting to push up. That means we're beating the bull. We're beating the bears. We're beating the bears here. You see? Look on the right side at the sell side. We're watching it also. What's happening? Oh, look, there's a stacking action at 332. Now, if we know there's a bunch of stacking action at 332, 334, we're looking at the time in sales. Is it eating up 332, 334? Is he eating it up or is it breaking out? 335, we hit 335. Okay? All right. All right, we're still looking at the level 2. We're looking to see, okay, look, it hit 335, but it immediately got rejected. If it immediately got rejected here at 335, that's a lower high than the previous. Okay? So that's a rejection. What is that telling you? All right? We're going back into this channel here, right? It's a triple top and a double bottom. So there's two bottoms and there's a triple top. What does that tell you? We're going to go down because it immediately got rejected here with a lower high. Immediately got rejected here with a lower high. So I want to get the F out because I don't want to be in this scenario where this starts to drop. Glad I took my profits, and I'm not sitting in this range while this is all happening, okay? You don't want to be in that scenario. If we were to, doji candles are a sign of indecision. So if you actually were to go, how many candles were this? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 candles. So we could say that was 15 minutes. So if we were to actually turn this into a 15-minute chart, that would be just one doji candle. You can see it's starting to form. It's a hammer candle here. But it's almost forming a doji candle if you think about it. But let's go back into the 1 minute. All right? Because we're day trading here. You see? Now we're going to retest again. We're going to retest that bottom again to see if it'll break. And if it breaks, we're going to head lower. Okay? Remember, this is the triple top. We had a lower high this time. You see that third high was lower than the previous high. Because if that was a new high, we would have had 336. It would be 336, but instead it's 335.63, which is nowhere near 336. So this is tightening up, and let's see if the bottom tightens up. If it doesn't tighten up, we'll break down. Usually what would happen is we would, after the triple top, it's going to head lower, most likely. If we have a triple bottom, then it'd be even tighter range, and that means there's more people trapped in that channel. And when there's more people trapped in that channel, you create what you call a flat consolidation there. And that the longer the flat consolidation, the more there's going to be an explosive movement to the upside or downside, because there's going to be a bunch of short sellers and there's going to be a bunch of buyers in that consolidation period. And when there's a bunch of short sellers and a bunch of buyers in that consolidation period, one is going to get out. It's either going to be the buyers selling out or the short sellers covering their position and getting out. Okay? So we're watching. Right now, if I was still in this, if I was dumb enough to be in this phase here, and I'm watching this, I would immediately get out. That's the third time. You see a triple top like that? That's the third time telling you, hey, this is not going anywhere. It's not going up at all. All right? And it's retesting the 5-day moving average. All these other times, it was respecting that 5-day moving average. Respecting it. But you're starting to see when it's starting to, if it keeps tapping that 5-day moving average, and then it finally cracks it, and it bounces back up, and it's about to do it again, that's telling you, hey, we're about to turn around. It's about to be a reversal. Another thing you can use is the RSI. We're going to use the RSI in here too. I'm going to explain to you guys later what RSI, how you can use it on reversals. See, we add it. Oh, it's already on here. Okay. So then probably just got to lower the chart here so you can see it. Let me see here. There's the RSI right there. So I'm going to lower it a bit. You can see RSI, there's something called RSI divergence, which tells you there's going to be a reversal soon. What happens is you'll have a lot of strength here for oversold territory, right? Matching the top here, so you have oversold. But the next time it does it, you notice that we hit a new high, right? but there was less strength on the RSI than previous. You see? If you're having a new high here, but there's no high here, right? There's a new high, a higher high here, but there's no higher high here on the RSI. That's telling you that there's less strength to the upside, okay? But yet the price action's going up. So you're just using less strength and you're getting more price action going up. That's telling you the buyers are failing. They're effing up. You know, they can't get it higher. And look at the volume. The volume ain't as high as the previous. So that's telling you they can't break it out. There's no volume there and they can't break it out. That's another indicator. Hey, this is going to go lower. You know? And look at that. We're finally starting to test the bottom again. All right? So short sellers are looking at this, are getting confident now. You see? They're starting to get confident. And look at that. The volume is picking up, but it's picking up towards going down. It broke that 5-day moving average. That's another sign. Hey, we're going to head lower. We're about to break that key support level right here at 320. We break that, it's going to be bad. All right? So we're watching it. We're watching it. You know? And when we break that, most likely we're going to test this moving average here, which would be, this would be, let me see here. Because also, yeah, we got the VWAP here. Let me change the color on this VWAP. So that way we know what VWAP is. Put it in yellow. Right. So VWAP's down here. Okay. That should be VWAP. Let me just double check it just to make sure. Go back to the studies. Yeah, VWAP, yellow. Okay, just want to make sure. The 50-day, if we're going to break down, it's going to hit the 50-day moving average. But miraculously, okay, we hit a new high here. Sorry, we hit a new low here. So we hit a new low here. You had, a new low here that's a lot higher than the previous low. So a higher low, but we're also having lower highs. Here comes another lower high right here. So you had triple top, triple bottom, triple top, triple bottom. There's a really tight consolidation range. That means there's going to be an explosive movement to the upside or downside. If I was in this, I would definitely be out. I would not be here at all in this situation. I would take my money. I'm happy I got my 18 grand. Because what's the point of sitting here waiting for this to happen? The price is going up and down, okay? So why have your money go up and down like this and be in this range and waiting when you just take your profit and let it sit and see what happens? Because if you're wrong, you're happy that you got out. If you're correct, okay, you miss a couple of dollars, big deal, but it's going to head up to the next support level. And where's the next resistance level? So where's the next resistance level? Let's zoom out. Next resistance level is 396 or 386. Remember how I drew it. How I know this is because I drew a line on the daily chart. On the big, see? You see how I did that? That was the next resistance level. So I know, hey, if we break this major resistance level, the next level would be, the next retest is going to uptrend to is a major resistance level of 381. Okay? We have not gotten that yet. So let's go back into the 5-minute chart. But before we get into 5-minute chart, I just want to tell you, this is where you swing trade with. This is the chart you swing trade with. Okay? This is not what you day trade with. You don't day trade with a daily chart. It's meant for swing traders and big money. It's meant to make big money. And that's what we're on AMC. We're trading the big chart. We're not trading the small chart. When they say, when in doubt, zoom out, it's because we're dealing with big time frames. We're not dealing with small time frames on AMC and GME. But intraday, you want to be looking intraday and seeing, hey, what's going on here? Look at the price action for day traders. Because even the small details make up the bigger details. And it tells you the direction of what's going to happen. So let's go back to the 5-minute. Okay, I want to go back a couple minutes because we just missed that move. So, all right, just want to just go back 1 minute just to show you what happened. So, let's go back. Let's go to the 1 minute because that was the longer time frame. Okay, we're now it's starting to retest the highs again. This is rare. That means there's gonna be an explosive movement to the upside because a lot of volume is trapped within this channel. Okay, a lot of traders are trapped within this channel. Boom! Look at that. Okay, we're going up. We're going up. Looking at the level 2 here. Look at the level 2. Breaks out. No resistance, no walls here. You're starting to see it's going up higher. It's going up higher. Now, every time you break a new a resistance level, right? You break it up, it's gonna come back and retest, most likely. But so far, it did what you call fake out. Look at that. Let me zoom in further so you can see better. We broke out of it. Already we're getting problems. Why is it that we're not going higher? You know, usually, I mean, you got to give it a couple minutes because sometimes it takes a while for this decision making to happen. But already we just broke it out, and already we're being met with a wall of freaking sellers. You know, they're pushing us back down. What's going on here? Are we gonna go up? This is where you decide: should I get out? Should I take my money? You know, I wouldn't jump back in here because with my 18 grand, jump back in there just to jump back in there. I'll be waiting and seeing what's gonna happen. I'm okay with losing a couple of dollars here, you know, and making sure it confirms that we're going to hit here and we're going to head higher. I'd rather take in this range right here. I'd rather let it play out and see what happens. Okay, we're starting to go up. I'd rather miss this little bit of move and make sure it retests and confirms before I decide to buy. Because I don't want to be in a fake out position where I jump in here on a breakout and then it goes down lower. And then you just lost all your money that you just put in. Because that happens. And there's always fake outs. And usually it happens on low volume. The bots come in. Algorithmic bots see that you jump in at that point. And they start, see? I'm waiting. I'm watching it. Remember, just like you're a buyer, you have stop losses down here, you know. Just in case you lose, you have short sellers that get in here near the highs, and they got stop losses somewhere around here. It's the inverse. They have stop losses that are way above the resistance line. So when they want to get out, as soon as the price hits that, it's going to start heading higher because now you're starting to hit stop losses to the upside on the short sellers, and the short sellers start covering, and that creates the big